Okay, we're going to talk about another very powerful emotion you can add to your copywriting to really drive action from readers, and that is fear, a primal motivator. And as we know, fear is evolutionarily ingrained into the human experience through the whole of our existence. Fear has been the number one factor for survival, and it's the most powerful method of persuasion for that reason, because it motivates, it urges, and it causes you stress. And because it's so powerful, it's also important that it's used ethically. So if you're selling a product through fear, it must be an actual effective solution. You can't manipulate people into buying stuff, make them miserable for something that doesn't even work, because it's unethical. You can't do it, right? So it needs to be a product that you genuinely believe in, but when you tap into fear, it's going to cause a massive reaction. So again, when you're selling, people, or in general, people would rather avoid loss or danger than seek gain, right? So if something's going to affect their day-to-day lives that they don't know about, that's dangerous, they'll want to hear about it, and if you can convince them that they need to take action, they will do it, right? If you make a compelling case. So the copy basically is their salvation. They've identified a threat and they have a solution through your product. So if it's a genuine threat to them, then there's nothing unethical about making them realize that they need to take some action, and it could do them harm in the future if they don't, right? So you need to conjure up fears that make them want to take action and make them want to protect themselves. So I've got an example here which was very effective in the 1900s, which was Listerine, who made up halitosis, unpleasant breath, to sell their product. And you don't want to be the guy with bad breath. Listerine knew this, and they marketed it effectively to make a bomb. So there's other examples in the past, like even a loaf of bread. You could make refined flour cases for it causing cancer. Or if you think about carbon monoxide poisoning, if you go to a hotel with your family, there's a danger of carbon monoxide creeping through the vents, killing you and your family in their sleep. You need to paint this horrible picture of what it can do if you don't take action, right? So you're stimulating action, and it's going to have a powerful effect. In general, we've seen it, I'm sure if you've watched any past videos, you'll know you can use it in a more minor way, such as, creating deadlines for products or scarcity, limited offer while stocks last. So if you get them really excited about your product through emails or sales page or whatever, and they really want it, and then you add in that fear element, that urgency at the end, they're kind of panicked and they just want to take action. They want to secure that product before it sells out, right? So very powerful. And fear itself is not enough. You've also got to provide a solution, otherwise it's pointless. So you need to build a compelling case, and we do that through another email formula you can use, or any sales page formula: problem, agitation, solution. So you bring them the problem, you highlight it in the simplest way possible. You just want them to agree. you just want them to acknowledge it's a problem, that they need to take action. This is kind of similar to your disrupt section. It should be short and snappy, to the point, and it should be obvious. You bring them into the agitation, where you go deep into that problem. You make a horrific example of what it can do when things go wrong, or what can happen if you do nothing about it. And then you inject your emotion. You've seen our big 4 emotions: new, easy, safe, and big. This time, you only want to be focusing on negative emotions. So anger, resentment, guilt, fear, embarrassment, all the negative emotions you can think of that are relative to that product. And ideally, you want them to be pacing the room, right? You want them to be panicking, freaking out, like, oh my God, how have I not realized, how have I not thought of this before? How am I going to stop this from happening? How am I going to prevent this? You need them in a state, and then you swoop in with a solution at the end, the savior of all their worries that you've just created out of thin air. Bam, solution, easy action. You hit them with the benefits of your product and how it's going to get them through this fear, so they never have to worry about it again, never have to think about it again. So fear, one of the most powerful emotions you can use in copywriting.